All right. Good morning uh, to the Visa Sun family here on YouTube. Today is March 31st, 2020. And what I want to do is kind of finish um the first live stream that I did on ensure that you get the proper mental health diagnosis for PTSD. The last time where I left off at was talking about PTSD stressors. First of all, what is PTSD? PTSD is post traumatic stress disorder, stemming from an event that you had while in service on active duty or in the reserves. And not only did that event affect you while you were in the service, but also after the service as well, be it hence the term post-traumatic stress disorder. You don't necessarily have to completely suffer from it while you're in the service, but after the service as well. Now, uh, ensuring that you get the proper mental health diagnosis for PTSD. As I stated before, that the personality disorder, they won't compensate you for that for personality disorders. And the reason why they won't compensate you for personality disorders because personality disorders are generally associated with kids, temper tantrums, uh, ADHD. Uh, all those things are associated that usually starts in childhood and some escalate into adulthood. Now, now you have to understand the VA rates your mental health criteria based off of three things. Number one, your childhood. Number two, your mental health service uh, for your service connection, and then after the service. So let's say I'm in the service and I get diagnosed with major depression disorder. And major depression disorder is associated with bipolar and stressors. Well, we know that major depression disorder usually stems from activities uh, that basically, as it states, long periods of major depression, long periods of ups and down manics. That is compensational. That is a form of PTSD. Now, what you want to be clear of is that for each and every diagnosis that you have, not only that it is rated as own separate rating, but you want to make sure that they rate you for PTSD as well. Because what they would do is they will say, okay, well, I'm gonna bring you in for a CMP, and once you get that CMP, they're gonna say, well, first question they ask you, how are you doing? They do a status report on you. Okay, young man looking healthy, appearance is great, clean shaven, so on and so forth. How are you feeling today? First question, how are you feeling? I can say I want to kill everybody under the sun. And does that mean they're gonna lock me up in the crazy house? No. You ask me how was I feeling. Most of the people when how are you feeling? I'm feeling good, feeling well, doing all right, so on and so forth. If you're the whole purpose of the CMP is for you to express to the doctor, to the nurse, or to whoever it is that examines you how you truly feel. Don't hold back. Now, I'm not saying go lie to anybody or anything like that. We all have good days and bad days. If that day that you go to your CMP, that's your off day, then that's your off day. Express yourself. Um, but here's what I'm saying: your childhood, your military service, and your post-military service. One thing you have to not fall into the trap of is when you're going for a mental health evaluation, is to not talk about your childhood. We all have had something in our childhood that some maybe uh, worse than others, and I hate to say it like that. And some have had great childhoods. Some have had decent childhood. Everyone has, how your childhood was, and how it affected you as a grown adult, be a male or a female. What I'm telling you is that once you get to the CMP, once you go to ask for help to get a PTSD diagnosis, do not talk about your childhood. You're no longer a child. You are an adult, and you want to talk about the adult things that happened to you that's affecting you when whatever it was that happened to how it is affecting you today. And I think we got Miss B. And God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us on the live screen today. And thank you for any and everyone on this live stream this morning. Thank you for the thumbs up. Even if you put a thumbs down, thank you for that as well. Thank you. So I want to give all shouts out to anybody who's joining. But um, you want to make sure you stay in the here and the now, because it can make a difference between what type of PTSD diagnosis, if you receive one at all, what it's all about. You don't want to be sitting there as an adult in front of another adult who's rating you for PTSD, and the only thing they're rating you on is what happened to you as a child. Whether you got assaulted in any way, shape, form, or fashion, whether you were neglected in any way, shape, form, or fashion, whether you were abused in any way, shape, form, or fashion as a child. It may be affecting you as an adult, but that's not what you want to get a rating on. And when those questions start to come up, I've personally been through it. Hey, can you tell us about your childhood? Uh, Before I knew any better, I was going to say this, that, and the other, and finally I got corrected. You're an adult. When you're an adult, you act like adult. You have adult consequences. There is no juvenile hall for anyone that's 21 years or older. You going to the county or you going to the state or federal prisons, one of the two. And it's just that simple. So why would you sit back and let the VA try to use your childhood as a way to deny you benefits for your PTSD? Make sense? Makes sense to me. Now, I'm not gonna be on here long. Kind of want to make this a part 3. I want to just kind of go along the tidbits of this thing, because even when you present your evidence to the VA, sometimes they make decisions. They'll send you a letter saying, hey, we're requiring you to do a CMP, or we're requiring more information from you. And you could be in the process of sending that information to the VA. And by the time you send it to them, they've already reached a decision, and they've made a decision without your evidence, especially the evidence that they asked for. So that's why I'm on here today, to ensure that you get the proper diagnosis for PTSD if you are filing a claim for PTSD disability from the Department of Veteran Affairs. This coronavirus shouldn't stop you from filing a claim, either through e-benefits, or you can call 870-494-3005. And if we're in the house, we'll answer the phone. We'll assist you as best as possible. And once again, we shoot straight. If you do not have a claim, you don't have a claim, and we won't try to make a claim. If you have a claim, we will, to the best of our ability, assist you from the beginning to the end of that claim to see that you properly adjudicated in your claim, to receive the benefits that you deserve, that you earned, and that you worked for. Um, and I'm gonna cut it short on that note. I'm Greg Harris, one of the VSOs here at the VZ. I am a volunteer. I enjoy what I do. Come down and see us at 500 South Russell Street. And if you're so inclined to do so as well, please come by and make a donation of any kind. We got to keep the lights on. And thank you for your time. Have a good day.